For this. Tell us a little bit about why you're here, what you're doing.
So this is my Freedom Fairy costume, big butterfly, and this is sort of what I do. I'm from New York City, but I'm originally from Akron, Ohio. And what I do, I have an organization in New York City called Revolution is Sexy, and we help activists get stage protests that get media attention. So I'm just here because I thought it was really important to come out in numbers to protest against Donald Trump, the racist, sexist, xenophobic, divisive rhetoric that he speaks. The fact that he scammed ordinary people at Trump University thousands of dollars. The fact that he uses bankruptcy as a legal weapon. I mean, the list is endless. So I just thought it was important to come out here to, take a stance.
Okay, well, besides some of that, I just want to know, how many protesters do you think there are here?
I don't know. I think Cleveland was expecting thousands and thousands. I don't see huge numbers. I see sort of fierce groups of pockets of people that are really, really passionate about what they believe in. But I think it's going to be actually a very calm, nice convention. I think it's going to be fine.
I think you're right.
My sense of it, so.
I think you're right. That's kind of what we've got. We were expecting a little bit more people.
This is also Northeast Ohio, and I'm from Northeast Ohio. Everybody here is super friendly. We are raised to be that way. Raised to be nice, raised to have manners, raised to care about people. So I think it's going to be fine.
Now,
I got to give a shout out to Northeast Ohio. Woo!
That's absolutely right. Now, you knew this was coming. Can you give us an example of some of Trump's divisive, racist, misogynist, etc. rhetoric?
Well, the fact that he said he likes to see women on his knees, that he was talking to Megyn Kelly about her menstrual cycle, that he was making fun of somebody that was a paraplegic, a reporter.
Well, he was doing this. Yeah. Do you really think that a paraplegic could do some of this?
You know what? I don't think that's a nice thing to do. I'm sorry, I have higher standards. I feel like most of America has higher standards, but we should be nice to each other, and even if we disagree, I think there's a way to do it that's not nasty. What's also interesting is that when I do talk to some of the Trump supporters, is that we've had really, really nice conversations. We agree to disagree, but it's always done in sort of a nice way, and I think that's because it's Northeast Ohio. I'm telling you, we're raised to be nice here. No, because I live in New York City. All of my New York friends are like, how'd you get that nice personality? Northeast Ohio, yeah!
Well, we just spoke to one of your fellow New Yorkers, and again, he was even very nice. He was a pro-Trump individual, and he was having a perfectly civil conversation with a very liberal journalist.
Yes, I totally agree. So, and actually, one of my super good friends is actually with the Tea Party in South Carolina, and we're on the phone, and we're having these heated discussions. But kind of at the end of the day, what I appreciate about her is that she's politically engaged. So she really wants to see the world improve, like I do also. And so I sort of got my start with Occupy Wall Street. So I always told her that Occupy and the Tea Party, we should get together because there really is a lot of agreement. We both didn't want the banks to be bailed out. So there is a lot of agreement, and I think sometimes if we can focus on that, we probably would get a lot done.
Many people say they're two sides of the same coin. So let me ask you, are you comfortable telling us who you support for president?
I'm having a little bit of an issue with that because I don't want Trump, but I also don't like Hillary Clinton because I think her ties to Wall Street and her ties to big business are a real problem.
Did you like Bernie before he left?
I loved Bernie. Bernie was my guy, so, and also in New York, we talk a lot about voter disenfranchisement. And also, a lot of progressives are talking about how the vote was stolen away from Bernie.
I've heard about that. Tell us a little bit. How do you feel your vote was stolen? Because I've heard this repeatedly.
Well, 126,000 people in Brooklyn were not able to vote. They went to their voting precinct and they were not able to vote. So that's one thing. There's a documentary called Hacking Democracy, where it talks about how some of the GOP groups back in the day had a real link to one of the companies that created the voting machines, hence the hacking of the voting machines. So I don't know, there's a lot of theories going around that the vote was stolen for Bernie, and a lot of progressive New Yorkers are really upset.
Well, and of course the establishment, they don't care if it's left or right, they're together.
Here's one thing I want to say. This is very interesting. Hillary wants the Bernie supporters, right? So she wants our vote. If she could do something that was so Like if she would give away 90% of that money from the Clinton Foundation to social programs, let her do that. Let her give money to education and the homeless people. Let her really put her money where her mouth is, and let her do something that really shows support our Bernie people, that she's not so linked with big business. Let her, the Dodd-Frank rule, and let her take that, let her do something. And she's got to put her money where the mouth is. So.
Now, you say you're not happy with Hillary. I don't blame you. Not many people are. Yes. Have you considered going to Jill Stein, Gary Johnson?
Jill Stein. I like Jill Stein. I've been studying her. I'm also with a group in New York called the Alternative Banking Group. So we study the financial industry and issues. Every Sunday at Columbia University. So we talk about Jill Stein. So, she's got some good stuff going on. At the same time, though, when I see Brexit and when I see sort of the divisiveness of Trump, I'm wondering, God, am I going to be forced to vote for Clinton? I don't know. The jury's not out.
Now, we spoke to someone yesterday, George W. Bush, who many conservatives even are not big fans of. He called Hillary Clinton his close friend, his cousin. Do you think that the establishment flavors, whether it's R or a D, are basically the same?
Yeah, yes, I totally agree with that assessment.
Okay, I want to let you have the final word. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, and the one thing I'd like to say is that I would just like to see power return to the ordinary citizen. So, and what I would like to tell everybody in the world is that, to kind of, get off their couches and really do something. So maybe they have to be leaders in their own industry. Maybe they should get up and run for political office. Honestly, when I see Donald Trump, I feel like if you're a responsible person, if you do good in the world, if you read and you really think about current events, there's no reason why you can't run for political office. And I think that's what people need to do. They got to get out of their comfortable lives and do something for humanity.
That's exactly
what I think.
And you heard it from the Fairy.
Freedom Fairy thinks.
You heard it here from the Freedom Fairy. Thank you. Thank you.